Hey guys, PuzzledSam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Square-1 really good. So this is a cube to a Square-1, and it's super good. Like, it's very smooth, very fast, easy to turn. It doesn't pop. It has minimal lockups. As you can see, it's very fluid. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So to do that, you're going to need, obviously, a Square-1. This is a cube twist, as I already said. It could work for some other brands. I'm not sure, though. This is the only one I've tested it on. It's the only one that confirms this work. Because I'm going to show you how to tension it and lubricate it. So lubrication should work on pretty much any Square-1, but tensioning might be a bit different depending on which Square-1 you're using. You'll need a screwdriver. I'll use this mini Moya screwdriver, which works very well for this. And for lubrication, some Maru lube. And optionally, some silicone type lube. This is weight 3 from the Cubicle. It's better to use a runnier lube, but this is what I have. And you won't really need this, but if you want, you can use this. Maru just works very well, though. So let's get right into it. So the first step to making this really good is breaking it in. So the first thing you're going to do is just do a bunch of solves on it, making it very good. And you should always break in your cube before you lubricate it, because it won't corner cut as well, and it might not perform as well as it could. So after you've broken the cube, what you're going to do is you're going to take apart the caps. So on this Square-1, there's a blue cap and a green cap. So you see this cap and this cap. Just going to want to remove those. Just like that, and there's one side where there's going to be a screw head. So put those off to the side. I'm just going to put them over here. And you're basically just going to unscrew the screw. And you're going to unscrew it all until it comes apart. So it should be able to come apart in 2 halves. I didn't unscrew it quite enough. So it should be able to come apart in 2 halves like this, and there's a middle piece which you're just going to move out. But it should come apart in 2 halves like this, and there's a middle piece right here. So I'm just going to take a tissue and put this part, because it's a little bit looby. So yeah. You should also have a screw, a very long screw. Oh, pieces fell out. That's fine. It should be a very long screw. And for me, there's a washer right here. There's a screw. There's another washer in the puzzle. You can actually already take all the pieces apart and just put them to the side if you want. But in my puzzle, there's also this plastic washer. And there's this other washer, so there we go. Another washer right there. Just take apart all the pieces, and you should find that in the middle there's these 2 pieces like this. And this is what we're really going to do a lot of tensioning to. So first, you're going to clean off all the lube on pretty much every single piece. So wipe all the pieces, including the edges to the corners to even the core pieces, and these large pieces as well. Oh yeah, and something I forgot to mention, there's also going to be a piece like this that also goes with the hardware. Just wipe all the pieces down. Now that you've wiped pretty much all the pieces, what you're going to do is we're going to tension the puzzle. So we're going to take these 2 half pieces. I'm actually going to move the pieces a little bit and this hardware off to the side. There we go. And we're going to work on these. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your screwdriver, and you notice there's 4 screws right here. 4 screws, and those actually tension how much apart it can go. So for mine, there's not that much room for moving, which is actually pretty good because that prevents it from popping. So what you want to do is just basically tighten those down as far as they can go, and once you've done that, you're going to untwist them just a tiny little bit. You're not going to do that much. So you can see how much it comes apart. So just only pull on one side, because if you pull on both sides, it's not going to be always equal. So pull on one side, the side where there's the screw, and it should be about this much. So about this much, which is about a penny's worth of room. And you're going to do that for both of these internal pieces. This one's a little bit more, as you can see, so I'm just going to tighten it a tiny bit. Actually, I'm going to tighten this one because I find it a tiny bit too tight for me. This side is not tight enough. Just basically mess with the tension until you're satisfied with the tension that you have. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with my tension, so we're going to proceed to completing this. So then the next thing you're going to do is, once you've tensioned those pieces, we're going to lubricate the cube. So the first thing we're going to lubricate, actually what we're going to do is, before we lubricate it, we'll assemble the puzzle, or both halves. So just take these pieces and just take one of these big pieces like this and stick it on like this. And then you're going to start with a corner and you're going to put it in. Actually, I'll put it on the ground like this so it's easier. So he goes corner, then you just put in an edge, then put in a corner, then put in an edge. Then you're going to do that for this side, right here. So you grab a corner, then an edge, then a corner, then another edge. And now you've assembled half of it. Now you've assembled one half of the puzzle. Just go ahead and do that for the second one. Now once you've assembled both of these parts, what we're going to do is you're going to choose one of these sides. Doesn't really matter. So I'll choose just this one right here, since it's just right in front of me. And you're going to flip it around. Try not to make any pieces fall out. And I just did. And flip it around. Now, you're going to notice here that there's a screw hole right down there. And there's like a tiny, tiny lip where there's a washer supposed to go. What you're going to do is you're going to take your lube. This is weight 3. And you're going to take probably not very much. I'll show you guys how much. Like 1 dot. This much. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny drop. And you're just going to put it right there. On that lip. On the inside. And just spread it around. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your washer. There's going to be a shiny side and a rough side. Put the shiny side up on the lube, so it's going to be a bit of a curved side. And you're going to drop that onto your screw. Tiny drop of lube, and you're just going to put it on top of that washer. Then you're going to take your plastic washer, and you're going to put that in. And then you're going to take your screw and spring, and you'll notice there's going to be a washer in front of the screw as well. Then you're going to put a dab of lube on top of the screw, on top of the washer, and a bit on top of the plastic washer. Then you're going to take this whole assembly, fit it through the hole, just like that, and you're going to flip it around. Starting to get a little bit dirty over here. So then once you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to take this little circular piece that looks kind of like a UFO. You notice there's a groove here, so obviously you're going to put some lube over there. Put that circular piece and put some lube on top of that circular piece. You really don't want to put that much. Then you can kind of sort of put lube on some of the contact points on the inside if you want, I guess just like that. Then you're going to take the other half of the cube and you're going to try and place it right on top of the other one and try to get the screw to go through. This might take a little bit of fiddling around. You might have to put the cube in your hand. There you go. Got it halfway through, and there we go. Now you might not be able to get all the pieces in. But that is okay. So as long as you get most of the pieces in, so you see these two pieces, they can go in. But then what you're going to do is you see the screw poking out, so you're going to take this plastic piece and you're going to put that on top of the screw. It probably won't let you like put it all the way through, but then you're going to hold on to that screw and you're going to take your screwdriver and you're going to screw that in, and you're going to get it still so that it stays pretty loose, so that you can then put in the pieces that you weren't able to get in before. So all the pieces that aren't yet in the puzzle, you're going to try and get them through. What I do is I just put the piece on and put it like right between where there's a crack, you can kind of see, and then I try to push it through that crack. Try to get it right like that. And then I finish by screwing in the screw pretty much as tight as it can go until feel it stops, and then just stop. Now it's going to be really hard to turn the puzzle, but hopefully the top layers are going to be pretty good. And for me, they feel pretty good. They shouldn't flex too much. See, there's not much room. There's a little bit, but that is totally fine. Then what you're going to do is just unscrew the screw just a tiny bit, like quarter turns, until you feel like the middle layer is tight, loose enough. So for me it's not quite loose enough. Probably one more quarter turn. And now it feels pretty good. And you're pretty much going to turn it a little bit to work a little bit of that lube in. And you can then put the caps back on. Or you can wait. So I'll just put the caps back on for now. I'm not sure how they're supposed to go. I guess like this. Actually, I mixed them up, but whatever. I'll just fix them later. And then what you're going to need is some Maru. Now, this is how to make it really good. Make your Square-1 super, super good. What you're going to do is you're going to turn the top layer 45 and put a drop of Maru like that. Pull the top side, pull it up so that the Maru falls down, and you're going to start turning it. Then you're going to do that for the other side. And then you're going to do that for the middle layer. For the middle layer, what I do is I just try to make a hole with the pieces. I get it in, and I turn it. It's going to be super smooth on the inside. Super, super smooth. And your puzzle should feel just really, really amazing. It should be like super fast, uncontrollable fast. So it should be pretty much uncontrollable. For me it is. But that is going to go away. And so that uncontrollable feel is going to go away. And make the cube just feel overall pretty good. And there we go. This is how you make your Square-1 a very, very, very good puzzle. Like, it's just so fast right now, so smooth. It just feels like butter. And these top layers as well. They just turn so well. It doesn't even pop. It corner cuts kind of well. It corner cuts about half, like this. You see, about half. It doesn't reverse, but Square-1s don't really reverse. So yeah, that's pretty much how you make your Square-1 really amazing. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment on what you'd like to see next. That's it for this video. Bye guys.